If you're listening to this episode, I bet you're wondering what behaviors you're doing that keep you from getting your needs met and ending up in situationship after situationship. I got you. I've created a situationship quiz and I'm so excited about it. Take the quiz to discover more behaviors and more tips for navigating situationships, because I know you're in more than one right now. No judgment, boo-boo. I used to have 5 situationships at a time. Yes. So you're not alone. You can find the quiz at www.dontea.co/quiz. That's DONTEA.co/quiz. I'll drop it in the show notes as well. Okay, back to the episode. Hey loves! My name is Dontea and I'm your fave self-worth therapist and coach. And this is my show, Situationship. This show is about getting out of toxic situationships that go beyond partners to family and friends and everything in between, to living a life of joy and self-worth. Okay, let's get into it. Today, it's another one of those random mini episodes, right? Like, I want to talk about being messy, and not messy in a sense of like being dirty, unkept, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about in a sense of like coloring outside of the lines, right? I'm talking in a sense of, for us perfectionists, myself recovering perfectionists, I want us to learn how to embrace the chaos. And let me be very clear. Today's episode is a lot about me. So I know if it relates to me, it relates to you too. I want us to start thinking about why being a little unkept can be a good thing, right? If we want to stay with that messy as it really means. But in this moment, again, I'm talking about coloring outside of lines, letting go of control, right? So I know us ladies who is here with me, as we are high achievers and young professionals, we often strive for perfection in our personal lives, right? And also our professional lives. We would think that it just happens professionally, or just happens like when it's our birthday or something, or an event, like we want to be perfect. Let me tell you though, if you're doing it professionally, if you're this perfectionist professionally, you're also going to be perfectionist in your personal lives. Trust me, living proof. I know, I understand. It's me, constantly working on it. And what if we allowed ourselves to be a little messy? Sometimes letting go of our need for control can lead to unexpected creativity. Right? That's the current stage I'm in. I'm finding myself needing to expand out. I'm finding myself needing to change the rhythm and the way I've been doing things for the past 3 to 4 years. I'm finding myself wanting to take risk. I'm finding myself wanting to share my dreams, desires, and let them meet me and let us finally connect in me, and not just be in this place of, I know this role, so I'm just going to stay controlled in this role, right? So by allowing that creativity, we are also allowing growth. Okay. So like, let's celebrate our beautifully disheveled, needed for hair clips, only have 3, we're going to make it work, lives, and all the wonderful messiness that comes with it. Okay. This episode's going to be about self-acceptance. This episode's going to be about having fun, if nothing else. Okay. Let's get into it. So this conversation is being sparked out of conversations I've been having with my friends, with myself, with like spiritually speaking, right? And I get really excited when my clients allow themselves to go against the grain. And oftentimes this grain is actually conditioned, like placed onto us, right? This grain is about, especially for women who want to be partnered, to present a certain way, to wear certain clothes, to wear heels, to wear perfume, to put on makeup, to be easy breezy, carefree, right? To be hairless, right? To be a certain size, to have your hair straight or super curly or blonde or whatever, right? Like all these things. And we slowly but surely, we take that on and we feel like there are many societal norms that have been really unhealthy for us. That's like, this is how you get the man. Be a good cook, right? Don't be assertive. Don't be aggressive. Don't disagree. Say what you want up front and always say that. And if he didn't call you back in 5 minutes, dump his ass, leave him, right? All these things. And I think there are places for some of that stuff, right? If you work with healthy and like feminist forward thinking dating coaches, I think that, and therapists and whatever, I think there are some things that we can do that definitely can help us with boundaries, right? That's a whole other conversation, boundaries and expectations. Right now, I'm talking about when it gets to the point where you're being an A student again. You're being that student that's like, okay, this is the curriculum, study this, and you will get an A+ on the test. In the real world, friendships, dating, whatever, it just doesn't work that way. There is no exam. Because if there was, I wouldn't even be here. So there's no exam that you can study for, that you have the material for, that when you then go meet this guy, awesome hot person, female, whatever, you'll pass it and you guys will be together and you'll have the baby like one stop shop, like I meet you, you me, I study for this, here we go, we're going to do it. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. And honestly, to argue that if you're going off a certain idea of what a woman should be, this very traditional housewife, have children, and the male you meet also wants that as well, then absolutely you're going to pass. You're going to have a child, even if you question if you didn't want to have them or not, because that's what you're supposed to do, is keep the house clean. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're not going to work because he can work for you and all that good stuff. And you're going to look the other way when he's being unfaithful. And that's just like, it's what you do, right? Like that's the thing. My women here, my ladies here for me today that understand, like, I'm not trying to live that life anymore. I'm trying to connect with myself. I'm trying to be authentically me. I'm trying to live boldly and proudly and beautifully and glowing, right? I know that there are many times where you actually want to just show up as you. And anytime we get close to showing up as us, and maybe even fully showing up as ourselves, it's when we're where? On vacation. Because why? People don't know who we are, and it allows us to do what? Be our authentic selves, right? I want to challenge you to be that vacation girl where you live. I want you to be that vacation girl at Trader Joe's. I want you to be that vacation girl at the club, that vacation girl that goes up to people and is like, hey, what's your name? My name's da-da-da. Want to dance? Right? Because when we get back to our hometown, it's like, oh my God, I can never do that. Ooh. And it's like, why? But why? Why? You can. The thought becomes, they're going to judge me. I'm going to be rejected. Okay. What if I told you it's not about them? This is about you. I have a really close friend of mine, a great friend of mine, who is currently having more fun when it comes to meeting people. And I'm so excited for her because when this happens, you are basically telling yourself, I'm okay as I am. People will be attracted for me for how I am and who I am. And I don't have to walk in this very tight, narrow path to get to where I'm trying to go. Right? I think so many things in life starts to open up when we allow ourselves to get messy, when we allow ourselves to color outside of the lines. We find ourselves doing things we never would have done. When 2019, I did some things I thought I would never, ever do. And one of those things was going to a lifestyle club. That's right. Your girl went to a lifestyle club and it was an awesome time. Like I had never in my life ever would thought I'd have gone. However, I was always intrigued. And so as soon as I became single, I said, boop, 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 and called my friends and we went. Like it was a done deal. And you just learn so much about yourself and you start to get even more comfortable in who you are. I'm not saying there are not moments that you are not comfortable with who you are. What I'm saying is it will be more easy for you to show up as who you truly are in all spaces, as many spaces as you can, versus like, oh, I'm at the house of my friends or we're on vacation or, oh, when I'm drunk or when I'm high or if I had enough rest, right? It's just you. So I encourage you to be messy. I encourage you to be creative. I encourage you to be like, what would I do if I didn't think about being rejected? Would I send a drink, right? I've always wanted to be that person that like, it's like, yeah, drinks on me. And like walk away and want nothing from it. Would I be that person that went up to the guy and said, hey, you and I want to have sex? Actually, I did that. That was probably in 2019. No, that was in 2020. So I remember exactly when I met that guy. He had been flirting with me for a while and I was flirting back. And I was like, he's super hot. He's light skinned, and light skin hasn't really been my thing. Like I'm like, when I was younger, story for another day. What I'm trying to say is he wasn't really my like type, right? However, we were flirting, like hella flirting. And so one day I had enough flirting and what did he say for me to say this? Oh, he was teasing. He was teasing me. He was like, oh, you're going to invite me in? Because, he just lived in my neighborhood. You're going to invite me in? And I'm like, if you come in my house, I'm going to fuck you. Like, that's literally what I said to him. He was like, oh, okay. Right? Like, what are the secrets for? I don't have to pretend, or that's not ladylike. Are you not supposed to stay there? Are you not supposed to curse? Whatever. This is me that day. Right? Now, when I say that any day, no. Sometimes I don't have the energy for the banter or whatever comes with it, or actually like going forth with it, right? It has to be like total in alignment for myself to want to do that. The point is, it's fun. And then you have really great, crazy stories like this to tell with people I don't even know. But now you know this about me. And I want you to go out there and have fun. It's summertime. Like, when else is a great time to test this? Go out there, do what you want to do. You want to dye your hair a certain color that you could never do it, right? If you want to wear cutout dresses like all the girls are, do it. If you don't want to shave your legs, do it, right? I want you to have fun. I want you to have fun dipping into, jumping into, cannonballing into. What do you want? So I'll go first. For me, I want to continue to shed my perfection. I want to continue to shed my people pleasing and doing what's expected of me. And I am going to call out and say, I'm going to allow myself to be more creative in the sense of TV and film. So I want to grow in a new way. I want to become a TV and film consultant. I want to be that person where people come to like, hey, we're having this dating show, scripted series like Insecure, things like that. And they need a consultant to come out and talk about like, how can we show a toxic relationship, right? What do the people need to be doing? What are the things that they're saying? How can we show that character then transition into trying to like self-awareness and trying to heal? And then what are those conversations like whatever, like I want to be that go-to TV and film consultant for dating and relationships and even friendships, right? I talk about all the things on the show. That's something I really want to do. And I also want to be like a global speaker, right? So in order for me to get there, I'm going to have to allow myself to be more creative and go with the flow and allow things and have conversations with people and share with people what I'm trying to do with my life, right? It's going to allow me to show up in different ways and not feel like, oh, well, I'm a licensed therapist and most of the self-worth coach and that's all I can ever be. Like, no. So let's have some fun. Let's make some connections. Let's make connections without us even thinking about, okay, where can this take me? I just want you to be in a Starbucks line and you have those like fun conversations with someone in line behind you and let it be that. Maybe it's a hot guy. Maybe for me, maybe it's a TV exec. I don't know. Just having that conversation, just being honest and raw about it. Not like, okay, it's a TV exec. I got to say this thing and I got to look this way and don't be too fun. No, baby, let's have fun. Let's be messy. Let's be creative. Let's color outside of the lines. Okay. If you have any questions, send them my way. I've been loving the DMs you guys have been sending me. I love to hear how you've been enjoying the show. If you want to then tell me what you've been doing, how you've been practicing, coloring outside the lines, being messy, self-acceptance, please come back and let us know. We would love to talk to you about it. Okay, until next time, bye! Thank you for listening to the show, loves. This show was produced by Mackenzie Mazel and me, Dontea. If you got a question you'd like me to answer, which I know you do, please send it to dontea@soireesintherapy.com. That's SOIREES for soirees. When you do that, the answer might just become an episode, and I would love to keep talking about your question. Want to work with me? The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay,